Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Richie TV, and today we're going to be talking about should women work?
I feel like it's a very controversial topic, which we are not one-sided about completely. I feel it's just...
Speak for yourself.
Are you joking?
I could be.
No, we don't know each other's point of view. We may argue. I don't know, but that's why it's a discussion, and we would love to hear what you guys have to say about it too.
This is the raw, unfiltered truth. Everything we do on this podcast is unscripted. It's unscripted. We don't plan it. We just talk about our minds. We talk about the things that are on our minds, a part of our lives. We don't try and put anything upon any of you. We want you to think freely for yourselves, but this is our opinion on things, and this is Richie TV. So let's start it off with should women work? Scarlett, what is your thoughts when you think of this as a woman?
I would like to hear your thoughts first. I feel.
Oh, so you want to play chess?
Yes.
She wants to play chess.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're gonna agree with me wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Should women work? The short answer is no, they should not. However, are they capable of working? Yes, they are. Can they make money? Yes, they can. Can they sometimes be more successful at men in making money? Yes, they can. Now, does that mean they should? No, I believe they should not.
What about before kids?
I still believe it's...
Before you're married?
For their optimal source of happiness, working is not it.
Before they're married?
Yeah, I still don't believe they should work.
So how do they make money?
I think they should have a father who provides for them. Not too much, but...
Man, women would have it easy if they had your life.
She's going to have it easy. Just like you were, right?
See, this is my point. My point is I feel like there's a difference between work and passion, and a passion a woman may have. Do you agree?
I already agree. I can't disagree with this. This is where I was going with this. So go on.
Yeah, I feel like the reason this topic also came up is because I have worked every single day since I can remember, because I love it.
She's a worker.
I'm a workaholic. I froth working because it's my passion. If I had to go to an office job and do data entry, no. I would not
do you believe you should go work in an office?
No, especially now that I have a daughter, unless you have to. So there's multiple facets to this, what I'm about to say. But number one being, life is very expensive and you may need two incomes. Unfortunately, you may need two incomes, right? But if your husband can provide enough for an annual salary to put food on the table for you and your children, and you don't have to put your child in daycare, that would obviously be everyone's preference. I can't imagine why a mum would want to send the child off to daycare to go work data entry. I'm blessed enough and fortunate enough to live out my passion, which happens to be technically working because I'm making an income from it, but my passion has been acting and filming for you guys. This is working. What I'm doing right now is working. And I don't have to have a babysitter because my baby is napping. That's why we're a little bit quiet.
I don't think women should work. The thought of my wife going into an office and taking orders from another man and then coming home to me and then being like, who the hell are you? You know, I'm not going to listen to you. You're not paying me. I'm going out and listening to another man and getting the funds for our family. That I would rather die than that be my life. So, and I think for any man watching this, when I was younger, I'm 28 now, so when I was 18 to 23, I was obsessed with my passion and not obsessed with making money. And I wish I was more obsessed with making money, because when I became more obsessed with making money at 23 years old and I made a lot of money, that's when I would say I already had respect in my relationship, but that's when more respect came, because it's like, oh, suddenly I'm providing something that I didn't have before. And luckily enough for me, I was able to find a girl who didn't judge me for the amount of money that I had at the time, and therefore fell in love with her, or made her fall in love with me without having that as a prerequisite. So I think if you're a girl, you shouldn't just be looking for a man with money, because ultimately you will be unhappy because that's all you're looking for. But you should be vetting the guy. Like, I think she deep down knew that my mindset was successful. And
it's a mindset. I'm going to work hard. I'm not going to sit here and do nothing for the rest of my life and not provide for our family. But you don't, unlike some women may want a billionaire just because they want, that lifestyle. I've never chased that specific lifestyle or wanted that from a man. It's a mindset. It's a, he's driven for whatever it is he wants to do, his music. I knew he was going to work hard, and that's the type of man I was into.
Yeah, and still are?
Yes.
So you're not a gold digger?
Clearly not.
Okay.
I was like, why would I be working?
So there are a lot of gold digging women out there who their main priority and focus is to extort the millionaire or billionaire man. They don't care to sleep with a 50-year-old man. We've seen it in friendship groups, we've seen it from strangers. These people, you know, doing the most, compromising their moral values just to be with a man that has a lot of money so they can get their AP, they can get their Patek, they can get their designer, they can get their Hermes. And at the end of the day, these women end up being miserable because all they were chasing was money. And at the end of the day, it all comes back to a balance. And if we go back to the original question, should a woman work? No. However, I asked Scarlett the question the other day. So we make X amount of money per month together. And I said, okay, so if I made up your income and added it to mine and you didn't have to work for that money, I said, would you still work? She said, no. But she said, no. But she said, I would still want to do things that I'm passionate about, like her acting. And 100% I agree with that. But when I see her...
I said avenues of my work. I would still post for you guys because I love doing it. And it happens to be that me posting generates an income. So I can't help it. I love posting and talking to you guys.
Yes. And this is the main reason why I believe women should not work, because I see it on an emotional basis with my own wife.
Since we had a daughter.
Yes, true. More so when we have a baby. But when I see her having to work... You know, she doesn't need to work technically, but yes, she makes good money. So when I see her having to work and feel like she has to, I see the stress on her face, and I see that it's not the state that she's meant to be in. And I see how happy she is when she's, you know, with a family or with the daughter, or, you know, we're just doing peaceful things not related to work, how different her emotional state is then. But on the contrary, when I see her
living my passion,
working without having to, this is the key here. When she's exploring her work without financial scrutiny, that is when I see her in her element, and that is when I see her having fun. So, you know, you see it a lot with guys who are rich in business and their wives, they just paint all day. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe
people love it. Yeah.
Maybe they sell the art, maybe they don't. But like, what a privilege and what a luxury for that woman to be able to explore her art and her passion. And that's what I believe a woman should be doing.
Growing up, my sister, we had the same upbringing. She loved just being a stay-at-home mum, cooking, cleaning.
She's probably going to watch this.
It's fine. Yeah. And looking after her son, and that's fine because she wanted to do that, and some women want to do that, but some women also want to do that and also live out their passion, and that's also fine and okay. Like me, I feel like I love spending 100% of my time with my daughter, don't get me wrong, even when I'm so exhausted. But if you can do both, that is such a win. Like it gets hard sometimes, but at the moment, as you can see, I am doing both. Maybe if you have 3 kids, I don't know, I only have 1, it may be a little different. But for now, I don't know, I just love it. I absolutely love living my passion. And if it means getting an acting role next year and having to take her on set, I'm sure she wouldn't mind that, my daughter.
And in fact, you're going to make your husband more money. Let's say you're a woman with no passion and no talent and no desire to work. Great.
Right, that's also fine.
But the way you're going to make your family richer and your husband more money is by putting peace and love into the household and by helping him with things that are going to make him make more money.
I feel like we agree. It's just we're getting around there a little bit.
No, we're agreeing.
We're agreeing.
We're not disagreeing, but...
Yeah, we're not disagreeing. But yeah, it then comes down to the fact that do you have to leave your child for 9 hours a day, 8 hours a day with a babysitter who the baby doesn't know? Again, if you have to, you have to. I get it. But if it's by choice, I can't imagine someone wanting to do that.
Would you encourage all the women? Would you encourage all the women watching this to steer away from a corporate job? Like, you know, I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of upcoming 20-year-old girls and, you know, girls in their teens going through the schooling system going, I'm going to be a working class citizen. I'm going to have a tech job, or I'm going to...
I mean, if they want to...
I don't think that's something you should be proud of.
I don't know someone personally who would want to do that. All of my friends want to do something that's either going to better the world or it's their passion. Like my friends are psychologists or dancers, actors, work from... You know what? We're in 2025. A lot of people can work from home. So things are changing. A lot of people can work from home and do it all. So... Women are amazing. Women can multitask. I said to him today, when you went to the gym, he's like, yeah, you made me a sandwich.
She did.
I said, for the first time in a long time, I made you a sandwich. But
That's
what else?
Not true. You cook for me every day.
I cook for him every day, but just sandwich specifically because, you know, I cook for him every day.
What's your point?
My point is, I said, do you know what else I did when you went to the gym? And you wouldn't even know because how good are we at multitasking, women? Are we not amazing at multitasking? I said, had my daughter on me. You can put her in the carrier, whatever. I made the sandwich because I knew him and his friend were going to come home hungry from the gym. I worked out with my daughter on me doing squats. So she's now my weight at home. She's about like 10 kilos. So she's my current weight. I worked out and then I posted on 12 platforms while they were at the gym. So I did my work as well, all in like 40 minutes.
Many watching this would not consider that as real work.
Why?
Because you're not going somewhere or working for someone and taking orders.
But also productive.
Would you call part of what you did a passion?
Yeah. I mean, I did because I filmed it. And when did I film it? Yesterday at the gym. We took our daughter to the gym, and when she had a nap in the stroller, we filmed at the gym, and then I posted that stuff online.
Have I ever made you a sandwich?
You have, actually. You make really good food.
No, I don't. I mean, it's quite obvious. If you go back biologically, we're meant to hunt and gather, and women are meant to preserve the offspring and nurture. That's standard, right? So if you put that in a modern living space, men are apathetic and unemotional when it comes to high stressful situations. Would you say that? Like sometimes I'm sociopathic.
Oh, for sure.
That's the ability to deal with high levels of stress.
Or it's just you. I'm not really
No, it's every man. And if they haven't...
Isn't.
Yes. And if they haven't got to that, then they will, because they're not a man yet. But because you can multitask, also very highly stressful situations may cause you a lot of stress, unlike it would to me. So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're definitely wired different.
Just based on that factor, I don't want to see her working. I don't want to see her stressing over shit that doesn't matter. Like, I just want to see her, like, living her life.
Being happy.
Happy.
But again, for every family, different scenario, different situation, each to their own is what I say. Each to their own.
I don't think women should work. I don't think they should. Forget the each
Unless
to their
they
own.
have to. What if they can't afford it? And
well, then the man has to make more money. He has to.
But if he can't?
He has to.
It's 2025 if he can't.
Well, okay, so I'm just trying to figure this out. You're going to go to work. Let's say you have kids. Okay, if you don't have
What
kids...
if they don't have enough money to put food on the table?
Listen to this, right? You're going to go to work and then have who raise your kids? The daycare center?
I mean, if they have no choice, I don't think it's by choice at that point.
The profit margin of the female working...
That's what I don't understand.
When you compare daycare costs is probably 10% more. So let's say $100 positive more a week from the female working. There's no incentive for the government or the schooling systems to raise your child. You know what I mean?
Unless there is a profit margin and you need it. But I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think there is. Let us know in the comments if there is. Clearly, we're very detached from the real world because we don't have real jobs. So
yeah, I actually don't know the figures, so I can't speak on that.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, guys. That is a very tricky one.
But from what I've heard from friends who have had to do it, the profit margin isn't much because the daycares are like $150 a day and then their jobs are like $200 a day, then tax is like they're making like what, $20, $30 extra a day. I've heard that very commonly in Australia. I don't know if it may not be the case for everyone. Good. Yeah, it sucks. And again, we don't know.
And let's talk about patience. As a man raising a child.
You have it.
No.
Not as much as me.
If we're comparing, I'm putting her on a pedestal right here. This is the woman's biological duty. I have no patience. I'm going to beep that out. I have no patience. She has all the patience.
You actually do sometimes.
No, I don't.
He has patience when I don't. When I'm like, I've had it. Then you're like, okay, it's okay.
Yeah. But this is, you know what, when I see you with our daughter, this is when I know, I'm like, okay, women are meant to have babies.
Yeah.
Because you've never done it before. And you're so good at it. Where does that come from?
I don't know, but I don't know past the first year, but the first year it really is like 100% of your time unless she's napping for 1 or 2 hours a day. This is the only hour I get, especially she's just turned 9 months. At this stage, she cannot not be on me. She has to be on me playing, next to me playing, which is fine. I love it. I live for it. But there really is no time for anything else. I don't even know how I'm still working.
And we don't sleep.
I think that's probably why I'm very tired.
There was a good 2 months where I was sleeping in the other room and that was blissful, but we've been traveling, so we have to stay.
That's another topic. Should Matt sleep in the other room when you have a newborn?
Absolutely, guys.
I think he should.
I have a lot of friends, God bless them. They're more patient than I am, but they are very involved with changing the nappies in the middle of the night, which I think is completely...
Even if they're up at 6 a.m. to go to work, which Taylor is not. And I still said, get to the other room. Why are we both not sleeping I would find myself doing the nappies/diapers and doing it quietly like this, so I didn't wake him. Because why would I want to
And I
wake
was
him?
hearing it anyway. I'm subconsciously hearing you in my
It would
sleep.
give me anxiety. So I was like, please go to the other room so I can just do my thing and go back to sleep. That was my sort of point, especially if you're breastfeeding. Bottle feeding I've never done, ever. Fortunately, I didn't have to. But with breastfeeding, you're just throwing them on and putting them back in their cot. I don't see
First 3
why.
months is brutal, guys. Actually, first 6 months.
For you slept in the other room.
It's still brutal.
I feel like it's harder now.
I pinched my back. Like, I had muscle spasms at least 4 times since having a baby. You
Yeah,
find
they
yourself bending in such awkward positions to like pick them
Yeah.
up and bath them and stuff. And I'm someone who bench presses 3 plates. What's that? 160.
A little flex there.
I can't believe it. How does a
Be
5
strong.
kilo baby make me have muscle spasm? What's wrong with me?
It's the angles. You're putting them in the bathtub. It's the angles.
Thank you for listening to today's episode, guys. Should women work? We're going to give our final take on it now. Yes or no? Should they work?
Depends on the work. It's
Just
not
yes or
even-
no? Come on, this is a woman complicating the
Yes.
answer. I'm going to say no. So we have come to a disagreement.
As you could see, there's
We have come to a disagreement.
facets of ways.
But if you had to choose, would you rather I work?
I work.
Would you no? Would you rather I work or you work? Making the same money.
Rather, if we're
Yep.
making the same money.
Yep.
Well, I'm breastfeeding.
There you
I
go.
can't.
So women should not work.
When they have kids, it's different.
No. Well, that's the whole purpose of your life.
Yeah, but what if I hadn't have kids for 5 years before?
All right, if you're with a guy, would you rather he works or you go to work? No kids.
Depends on the work. If it was,
It doesn't matter what it is.
Listen,
It's just someone's doing something to make money.
I think I'd get bored not working.
Answer the question.
I don't know because I would get. You know me. I would get so bored if I was sitting there every day.
No, you'd love it.
No, I would have. I would literally
But-
get so
so
bored. I'd get
you'd rather me
anxiety.
stay at home?
That would also be strange. Yes, no, I would.
No, you would not. There you have it, guys. Women should not work. Leave your thoughts in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this episode on Richie TV. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. And tell us what you want on the next episode, what topic you would like us to talk about. And
We're going juicy. We're doing everything. So
do you agree with Scarlett or Teo more today?
let's make it a competition. Okay. All right. Over and out. See you next time.